LeBron James already celebrating. I'm sure they are back in Los Angeles again. And also emotional for Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. As we said,
the Miami Heat had a crazy rush in the last 3 years that we saw here. It's so unbelievable what they did, and they will do it again, but this time, better. Since the 2014 playoffs, Miami Heat never had a strong appearance in the playoffs until 2020. From 2015 until 2019 they only made to a number of 2 playoffs and none of them made past the second series. But in the season of 2019 to 2020 a player who is making history today came to Miami to change their course of the last few years. This man? Jimmy Butler. After being out of the 2019 playoffs, the Heat made a good season being the number 5 seed in the 2020 playoffs. That year, we saw they weren't kidding, because what they did was really unexpected. After sweeping the Pacers they had a strong opponent in their face, the Milwaukee Bucks. We should keep in mind that in 2019 and 2020, Giannis Antetokounmpo won the MVPs, so the Bucks were all hyped up. But well, that was nothing to be scared of. The Heat took care really fast, winning in Game 5. Fast forward, in the finals of the conference they beat the Celtics in Game 6, winning 2 tight games with less than 5 points ahead of the Celtics. Well, the dream was close, was one step to get the ring in their hands and celebrate, but unfortunately, they faced the king. Even though our man tried his best, having one of the most brilliant performances that we saw in the NBA playoffs, it wasn't enough to stop the king. After being swept in the 2021 playoffs by the Bucks, Spoelstra saw they had to be back on track. They would need to be hungry again. And with this, next playoffs, they're on. After a Game 6 heated conference semifinals against the Sixers, the Heat faced the Celtics again. But this year, unfortunately Boston was smarter. Miami was bringing the win home with 2-1, but as said before, the Celtics weren't joking that year, so they turned around 3-2. Our guys wouldn't let this and forced Game 7. And back to home court, Boston winning by 2 points, Butler got the rebound. And try the game winner.
for the lead!
And the Celtics won by 100-96, going to the finals against the Golden State Warriors. After a tough season for the Heat, having to win games with a tight score and getting losses in their back, they were with 43 victories and 38 losses in the season. And they needed 1 victory to be the number 8 seed and grab their place in the playoffs. And well, they only got 1 game left, against the Chicago Bulls, who were in the exactly same situation. This would be a game winners take all. Or you stay, or you go. The Bulls were winning all the time, until this moment. And this what you're seeing, my friend, is the victory in his mind, and is what was coming. Butler and Struss bring the W, and so, the Heat got the 8th seed and was going to face the Bucks again.
The playoffs as the 8th seed against the Milwaukee Bucks. Can you break down that matchup?
Man, it's going to be tough. They swept us, 2 years ago? But I think we got a shot, a really good shot at that. As long as we stick together through the good and the bad, I'm telling you, we're a really good team, and we're going to go out there and play as such.
Was it going to be tough? Well, I don't think so. Butler broke a lot of expectations there. He brought down the number 1 seed, with one of the men who was being in the table to be the MVP, having games with big numbers as 56 points in a single game. And later 42 points, taking the Heat to the next series and putting the number 1 seed to sleep early in the postseason. This reminds me of the finals of 2020, when he was huge. Heat lost in 6 to the Lakers, but in 6 games Butler had 2 triple-doubles and 2 double-doubles with an average of shooting over 55%. And you might be thinking, where do I want to go? Well, he's in beast mode again. Jimmy Butler in the playoffs is something else, and the Miami Heat as a whole is playing a lot bigger. After a season that almost failed, they all turned everything around. Miami was one of the worst teams to shoot 3 points in the season with only 34.4%. Now they are up to a 45% 3-point shooting in the offseason, becoming the best team in 3 points percentage in the playoffs. This is about 6-7% more than the average. The Miami Heat are thriving to become champions. Right now they are facing the New York Knicks. The series is tied 1-1. First game the Heat won by 7 points, but unfortunately Michael Jordan's son hurt his ankle and was out of Game 2. Even though the Heat played without Butler, they had a great performance, losing only by 6 points in the finals minutes of the game. Game 3 is only on Saturday. Butler has a lot of time to recover and play it. On the other side, we have the Lakers against the Warriors, where the Lakers won Game 1. And well, if I'm not crazy, I might see it happen again this year. But, with a different ending. If you like this video, please subscribe, help me to reach the goal of 1,000 subscribers. I am a very small channel and want to bring more content for you, so please, subscribe. Thank you, and I see you in the next video.